Hello everybody, welcome back to Miniature Hub. Today you're with me Joe and I'm doing a Total War Warhammer 2 video. So in this video, I'm not going to be doing a campaign, I'm going to be doing reviews and battles. So the plan with me and Bruce is that he's playing Total War Warhammer 1, I'm playing number 2. And he's going to be doing a campaign of the greenskins, go and check that out if you haven't. And I'm going to be doing battles, online and reviews of the game and sort of like tutorials. He's campaigning, I'm battling, reviewing and tutorialing. And then we might switch that round later once he's finished his campaign. I can do a campaign, he can do a tutorial, all that sort of stuff. So in this video it's going to be a review, no battles as of yet. I'm really bad at this game, I have to say. It's quite hard to understand everything, but I'm just going to doing a basic review of the armies that I have, what the different units mean, and all the stats, what they mean, that sort of thing. That's it. I won't be going into too much detail, but I first want to say thank you for all the support for the channel. It's really good, and this is my first video that I'm doing on the computer for a game, like a video game. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm using OBS. I do recommend that if you're trying to record on the computer. It's the easiest way. Okay, and also remember to get a good mic. I found it hard to get some good audio, so once I got a good mic, I'll set. Okay, let me get back to the game. So the armies that I have are the ones from Total Warhammer 2 and all the free DLCs from number 1 and 2. So if you bought the game for Total Warhammer 2 and you bought all the free DLCs for both games, this is the army selection you would have. I haven't got number 1 yet. I bought something from Games Workshop online and I should be getting a code today actually, but I haven't had it installed yet. So you won't see the dwarfs, the greenskins, the empire, or the vampire counts. Actually, you may see vampire counts, you'll see. So I haven't got them yet, I'm sorry. But I will have them once I get number 1. Because you can get a free DLC called Mortal Empires, which I think you guys might know about. The only problem is with that, it's free DLC. I got that because I thought, oh, that's 4 new factions I can use for free. But then I realised you have to have number 1. Number 1 has to be in your Steam library for the DLC to work. You can get the DLC, but it just won't work with the game. So anyway, let me get started. Let's go on to battles and go into custom battle, because that's where you can see everything. Okay, let's start at the top. First, I just want to show you this. This is the power bar. This is how. So if I put like a Fair Enchantress here and some knights, you see how this power bar is changing. That's sort of like, you want it in between, basically. So it's more used for battles. It's more important for battles. So I'm going to start off with all the factions that I have. Then I'm going to go into the factions and look at them and analyze them for you guys. So I first want to say, I count them as races and factions. Races are things like, if they're like greenskins or skaven or lizardmen or high elves or dwarves. Then the factions are like the individual factions that are unique to lords, which we'll go into. So let's start off with Bretonnia. Bretonnia to me is a race, and then you have different factions inside. So you have Bordelot, Carcassonne, and Chevaliers de la Naissance. So these are like factions or sub-factions, if you want this one to be a faction and these to be sub-factions. So Bretonnia, the normal faction, race, army, whatever you want to call it, Bretonnia, has all the lords that you can use. You know, you have these one, these are really hard to say, you know, Fey Enchantress, King Lewin, that sort of thing. But then say you went into Bordeaux, you would have just this one, and obviously the generic lord and the prophet, that's the thing. Then for Carcassonne, you would have the Fey Enchantress, is your main lord that you would use, more usually. And then Chevaliers de la Naissance, which would be this, which I'm not going to try and pronounce, so you guys can figure that out for yourself. Then I have Dark Elves, which are the dark version of elves. You have Malekith, Morathi, that sort of thing. I have the Blessed Dread, which consists of Lockyer Felheart, that's like the special lord to the Blessed Dread, I guess. Then we have Call to Pleasure, which is also a high elf faction. It has Morathi as the main lord. Obviously you can use a Dreadlord with sword and shield or a Dreadlord with sword and crossbow, but the main lord for the faction is Morathi. And the main lord for the Dark Elves is actually Malekith. Then we go on to the Bloody Hands. The Bloody Hands is different because it is part of the greenskins from Total Warhammer 1. As I don't have the greenskins, it won't show as that. It's just shown it as a single faction. So the race is basically greenskins, the faction is Bloody Hands. The special lord for Bloody Hands is Warzag. I got him for free, which is quite good, so it came with the Bloody Hands. Obviously you have the generic Goblin Great Shaman and the Orc War Boss. Then you got all the units down here and stuff, which we'll go into later. Then the next is High Elves, so this is basically the main race. You have Nagaroth, which comes with Alithana, that's like the main lord. And then for Order of Lordmasters you have Teclis, and then for High Elves you have Tyrion. Next is Lizard Men. One thing I wanted to say, first of all, this Total Warhammer 2 and 1 are set in a place called the Old World. This is before Age of Sigmar. So these lizard men, yeah, they may look like Seraphon, but they're not called Seraphon, they're called lizard men. So don't get confused. And the Old World was before, basically, I like to think of it, it's before Khorne and Stormcast. So Sigmar is still a god, people still worship Sigmar, but it's not the Age of Sigmar where Sigmar rises up to defend everybody. People still worship him, but it's not the age where he makes the Eternals. This is the Old World, so that doesn't happen. So Lizard Men, the main faction. I'm not sure what the main one is. I think it's Lord Master Mundi. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, and Krokgar. I think they have two main lords. One of the minors is Itza. Itza is my favourite faction in the game so far. I haven't played much, but I'm playing a solo campaign of Itza with Gorok, as you can see here, and it's really fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm not that good at this game, so I chose an easy lord, and this guy is easy. So if you're quite new to the game and you got number 2, nothing else, I would recommend Itza, getting Gorok. It's the DLC is not called Itza, I don't think. I think it's just the Gorok DLC. I would recommend getting that. Then getting Itza, I like it. I find it quite fun and relaxing. And then another one is the Last Defenders. The main one for this, okay, is, yeah, Krokgar. So the main one for Lizard Men was Master Mundi, Gorok, Krokgar, and then Tlaqua is Tic-Tac-Toe. I love saying Tic-Tac-Toe. He's a normal skink. He sort of rides on a Ripidactyl, I think, something like that. So that's it for the Lizard Men. Next is Skaven, the Rats, and the Vermin, Vermintide. I think the normal one for Skaven is Lord Skrulk. I think that is the number one for Skaven. Then you get Clan Pestilens, which is... oh, maybe it isn't Lord Skrulk. Okay, so I think Lord Skrulk is Clan Pestilens. And then I also have Clan Rictus, which is Trench Craventail. So that means Skaven is Queek Head Taker. Yeah, okay. So Skaven's main lord is Queek Head Taker. Clan Pestilence is Lord Skrulk. And Clan Rictus is what was Clan Rictus again? Trench Craventail, there we go. Last one is the Von Karstein. This is vampire counts, but it's not the actual vampire counts, it's just the sub-faction vampire counts. So I have Isabella von Karstein and Vlad von Karstein. So this one has two main lords. Obviously you get Master Necromancer and Vampire Lord, but then the two main lords for von Karstein are Isabella von Karstein and Vlad von Karstein. So that's all the races that I've got, and I'm going to show you what this is. Basically, this is the unit info. So if I click on to Gorok, ignore this at the moment. Gorok, it says his name up here, then it has this bit. This is what type of unit it is. It's a lord, so it has this star, and then it's mace infantry. That's the type of unit it is in the game. So if I was to see the horned ones, it says Cold One Cavalry. So it's the Cold One Riders. So these ones are feral Cold Ones, and then you get Cold One Riders, and then Cold One Spear Riders. Different units. Let's say with the Croxagores, it says it's monstrous infantry. Then with a hero like a Skink Chief, it says it's missile specialist. And then for normal infantry, skink cohorts are cudgel infantry, spear infantry, mace infantry, spear infantry, mace infantry, and halberd infantry. And then you've got missile infantry, and missile infantry. So it's like telling you what type of thing it is. And then you have feral connoisseur, which is a monster. Ripper Pterodon Riders are flying missile cavalry, so it's quite extensive with what type it is. Okay, let's go on to Gorok now. This box, I call it the stat box or the perk box, something like that. Basically tells you all the good things about it. So it's armored and shield, which I'll explain to you later. It has armor piercing. It's a melee expert, which basically means it's good in melee. And has predatory senses. I don't know what this is. These units are natural hunters that can sense prey hiding nearby. So I think that means it can negate hiding, which I'll explain later. But I think that's what it means. This is your unit count. So how many are in the unit? Usually, I think this is like 100%, maybe like 99% of the lords in the game are one unit, because they're lords. You don't really see many double ones. I don't think so. And then, but if then you go on to infantry, you see these skink cohorts, they have 120 units, and then the temple guards only have 75. Chameleon skinks 68. You go on to like cavalry, these only have 24. So let's go back onto Gorok. Then under here you have basically the hit points, HP. This is probably one of the most important. Just because there's a lot of hit points doesn't mean it's gonna last long. Usually lords have the most hit points because they are lord and they're quite beefy, and they sort of have to be like that. So I'm gonna go on to the bit below now. These are the main stats. We have armor, so that's quite self-explanatory. You can really sort of resist things. Sort of, if you want to read it, there it is. Missile fire, melee attacks, there we go. Leadership, how much, like, how long they can sort of stay on, and how much leadership they give off, and that sort of thing. Before they row, which is before they flee. If they get low leadership, they flee, and they can rally again, they can come back together, but usually if your lord dies, they start to flee because there's not as much leadership. Speed, how fast it can move. Melee attack, it says this determines the chance of a successful hit on an enemy when the unit is engaged in melee. So basically, whenever I will show you in like an actual battle, I will do a battle probably next week sometime, and I'll actually show you the melee, like not attacks, but like, when they do an animation, each model does an animation and attacks. This is what this helps with, basically. Melee defense. This determines the chance of a unit being hit whilst in melee. So if it's high melee defense, you won't get hit that much. If it's low, then you will. Weapon strength is the damage and that sort of thing. High weapon strength, always good. And charge bonuses. You can charge and you can get extra damage done. Usually with cavalry that applies. Oh, not those. Let's go. Yeah, here. See, they have 43 charge. Here we go. This ancient stegodon has 70 charge, and more charge is better. It's always better. That's the main thing. Then you have these little icons right here. Shielded has a 55% blocking ratio against missile fire from hitting the front. And armor piercing is always good because that means you ignore target's armor. So you really want armor piercing. Then here you have abilities and spells. We won't go into that too much. It will be over here. I will show this over here in a minute. I just want to show you guys a ranged person because they have different. Going to the princess here for the high elves. As you can see, they have 3 extra stats. They have ammunition, range, and missile damage. So ammunition is obviously how much they can fire. Range is how far away they have to be. And missile damage is basically the same as weapon strength, how much damage they do. Range is quite easy to look at because on the actual battlefield, which I will show you, it's really cool. But you can press down spacebar and you can see sort of like the area where they have range. It's cool. I will show you soon. Now going on to this bit down here. Obviously you have to start battle, which I'm not going to do because, you know, I would probably lose. But these are the mounts. You have different mounts. This usually applies for heroes and lords. Doesn't usually apply for other things, but it can do. Mounts, you know, you have Elven Steed, Great Eagle, Moon Dragon, or a Star Dragon. This is for the princess unit. So if you click Star Dragon, once you'll be on the battlefield, she will come on a Star Dragon. If you pick an Elven Steed, she will come on an Elven Steed. If you pick nothing, then she'll be on foot. Nothing's good because it doesn't cost anything, but then if you get a dragon, it can open up more things. If you see at the side here, if I go back and I press the dragon, you will see numbers that come up and they indicate what it's gonna be like. So if I clicked on the dragon, I would get like 3,282 more hit points. I get 30 more armor, 40 more speed. I would lose 5 melee attack, but I would get 9 more melee defense. I'll get 180 more weapon strength and 15 for a charge bonus. And then that happens with all of them. Then going on to abilities. Abilities are not really like spells. They're just things like this. Most heroes get Foe Seeker. She has a volley of high arrows because she's a archer. She's a hybrid weapon infantry. She mostly is an archer. And these sort of things. They're just like passive abilities sometimes. This one's constant. This has 10 plus reload speed. This one isn't. You have to like press it on the character ability. This one isn't either. You have to actually press it and stuff. Okay, let's go with spells. I need to find someone spellcaster. Let's just go. Let's go a mage of high. So she has a Chariot that she can use, and she has this ability which is constant. So, you know, you can apply those spells as basically magic. You have a Winds of Magic sort of chart that you can find out how much magic you have to use, and different spells cost different things. So there's a lot of different spells. I'm not going to go over the spells. That can be done in a different video, because it will take ages to go over spells and how they work. But I will do it, I promise. So usually if it has the spellcaster ability, it means it can cast spells. It's quite self-explanatory really. And you choose which spells. Some spells cost more, some spells are less, that sort of thing. You choose, you know, if you want the Tempest and the Fiery Convocation, or if you just want like this, Apotheosis or Hand of Glory, things like that. Then for items is the last thing on the info, I don't know, adding bar, I don't really know what you call this. Items are just things that will improve your character. Like if you give them a Book of Hoeth, it will greatly improve power recharge rate, which like, I think it's like magic, I'm not completely sure. And then if you give them a Starwood Staff, it will increase the power reserves, so that's like the Winds of Magic reserves. Some of these things have to be activated, like these two have to be activated, but if you had something, I don't know, let's try and find something not activated. Here we go. Sacred Incense. It says if you look at the duration of the item, it says constant. That means you don't have to activate it in the battle. I prefer these because I find activating quite annoying, because it takes ages and I have to, like, you know, figure out where the person is, when the right time is. But if it's just constant, I just put it on there. This gives them 12+ missile resistance for the noble. And then you click at mounts and chariot, Great Eagle, Lithmar Steed, and abilities as Foe Seeker and Deadly Onslaught, that sort of thing. And it's a melee specialist, so that is pretty much it. You have funds up here, you can change funds. See, this is custom, so you know, you put unit caps on, large armies, like, you know, make it really big, you know, battle realism mode, which I don't really know what that is, but I bet it's something cool. So that's pretty much it for the reviews and stuff. I don't really know what else to show you so far. That is pretty much it for the basics. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy. I hope you found it useful, because I found this game hard at the start and I just had to go and learn it. So thank you guys for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. I haven't made one of these before. I hope it was good. I hope audios and sounds is okay. If it's not, well, you can't comment really. I don't really know what to do about that. We'll try and figure out a way for you guys to communicate if you can. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next Miniature Hub episode. Bye!